Hello, and welcome to the Grade 1 Music Theory Untangled course. There are 9 lessons in this series of videos and worksheets. Watch this short video for Lesson 1, which focuses on time signatures and note values, then find the concepts discussed in your concept sheets. Refer to these concepts as you complete the short online quiz, then as you complete the worksheets for this lesson. Mark your work using the answer sheets, and remember that there will sometimes be more than one correct answer. If you are unsure, check with your teacher. Let's dive in. What is music? Music is the combination of sounds and silence organised within a period of time. Music theory is the study of the ingredients in music, which is rhythm, melody, and harmony. One of the components that makes music an international language is the agreement musicians have to use musical terms and symbols in a particular way. This means that regardless of what language you speak, you will be able to read the language of music written by anyone around the world or at any time. Let's begin with rhythm. Music is written down using notes and rests. Notes indicate a sound and rests indicate no sound. All of them represent a certain amount of time depending on what they look like. Around the world, different countries use different names. For the purposes of English speakers, we will use the 2 most common names for notes and rests. A semibreve, or a whole note, makes a sound for the longest time, which is usually for 4 counts. Minims or half notes are worth 2 counts, or half the value of a whole note or semibreve. Crotchets, also known as quarter notes, are worth 1 count. Quavers are worth half a count each, and semiquavers are worth a quarter of a count each. Each note that makes a sound also has a rest that represents silence for that amount of time. Using a combination of these is how we create rhythms. Words match certain rhythms, and a really easy way to remember these are by using words that you're already familiar with. For example, a quarter pounder is for equal sounds that are quite quick and therefore are made up of quavers or 8th notes. Fries is a long note which can be represented by a minim or a half note. A Big Mac has 2 sounds that are not short notes but not quite long notes either, and therefore they fit really well with crotchets or quarter notes. We can combine these into words like cheeseburger or apple pie. The length of those notes joined together add up to a certain number, and this is where time signatures come in. The top number tells you how many beats will be in each bar, and the bottom number tells you what type of beat. Time signatures are not fractions. They are just one number below the other. The most common time signatures that we work with are ones that have a 4 on the bottom, which tells us that we're using quarter notes or that a crotchet equals 1 count. These are known as simple time signatures because each beat can be divided in 2. Here are some examples. The top number tells us how many beats there will be in each bar. Simple duple time is 2/4 time, which means 2 crotchets or quarter notes in every bar. Simple triple time is 3/4 time, which has 3 crotchets or quarter notes in every bar. One of the most common time signatures used is simple quadruple time. Therefore, not only do we see it written as 4/4, but sometimes as a capital C. Both mean the same thing, which stands for 4 crotchets or quarter notes in every bar. Each of these beats can also be divided in half, therefore quavers, which are in groups of 2. The only time that there is an exception to this is when you see a triplet. A triplet is when we play 3 notes in the same time as 2 notes of the same type. If you see a triplet in a sheet of music and you have to work out the time signature, most of the time it will be in a simple time where there will be a 4 on the bottom, and you can count how many beats there are in each bar to give you the top number. Here are some examples of rhythm patterns in different time signatures. Notice that the mixture of notes and rests always matches the number of beats in the top number of the time signature. Also, when there is an eighth note or quaver, rest or beat, notice that the half is made up to a whole by adding another equal length note or rest. Finally, the quavers can be joined in groups of 2 or 4, but not 3. The beams of 4 can only go on the first 2 beats of each bar, regardless of the time signature. The most common mistakes made by students are these. Draw a crotchet rest easily by joining the letter Z to the letter C. Each beat in any time signature should be complete in itself and should not stretch across beats. Beams only occur on the first 2 beats. Always check that you are using the correct time signature and that you have enough beats. Most students have too many beats or not enough. Answer specifically what the question is asking. Don't add additional explanations. They are usually wrong. For the listening exercise, start by tapping the beat, then think about how many beats there are in each bar. This will give you the time signature. You are now ready to work through the Lesson 1 online quiz, then the worksheets. The information in this lesson can be found in your concept sheets. Refer to these as you complete the online quiz, then again as you complete the worksheets for this lesson. Mark your work by comparing your answers to the answer sheets. Remember that there may be more than one correct answer for each question. If you're unsure, get in touch or check with your teacher. See you next lesson.